Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about animal tissues. So, what is animal tissue? So, tissues are nothing but the cells which are grouped together to form a tissue. The animal tissues are grouped together to form animal tissues. So, these tissues vary in their structure, function, and origin. So, various type of animal tissues are present on the basis of the function they perform. Examples such as epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. So example for connective tissue is blood and example for muscular tissue is muscle. What is epithelial tissue? So epithelial tissue, it lines the outer surface of organs and blood vessels throughout the body as well as the inner surface of cavities in many internal organs. It also forms a barrier to keep different body systems separate. Examples of epithelial tissues are skin, inner lining of the mouth, lining of blood vessels, lung, alveoli, and kidney tubules. Epithelial cell, it always tightly packed and it forms a continuous sheet. So, it doesn't have any intercellular spaces between two cells. Three principal shapes of epithelial cells are present. One is squamous epithelium, second one is columnar epithelium, third one is cuboidal epithelium. So epithelial cell, it doesn't have any blood vessels. Then how can the epithelial cell receive the nutrients? So epithelial cell, it receives the nutrients via the diffusion of substance from the underlying connective tissues. What is the function of epithelial tissues? Epithelial tissue, it protects it against abrasion, radiation damage, chemical stress, and invasion by pathogens. Based on the shape of epithelial cells, it can be classified into three types. One is squamous epithelium, second one is cuboidal epithelium, third one is columnar epithelium. So what is squamous epithelium? Why it is called so? The shape of the squamous epithelium is wider than their height. The structure of squamous epithelium is it is flat and scale-like structure. It is mostly found in the lining of the mouth, esophagus, lining of blood vessels, and in the alveoli of lungs. Cuboidal epithelium. The structure of cuboidal cells are cube shape, so it is called as cuboidal epithelium. Columnar epithelium. The structure of the cells are taller than they are wide. So epithelium cells, basically it is classified into two types. One is simple epithelial tissue. Second one is stratified epithelial tissue. So this simple epithelial tissue, it has been classified into three types. One is squamous epithelium. Second one is cuboidal epithelium. Third one is simple columnar epithelium. In the same way, stratified epithelium cells are also classified into three types. One is stratified squamous epithelium, stratified cuboidal epithelium, and stratified columnar epithelium. So let me see something about simple squamous epithelium. So simple squamous epithelium, where it is present. So it is present in the lining of blood vessels, lungs alveoli, esophagus, and lining of mouth. Those mainly it is involved in the exchange of gases between the blood and lungs. So this is the structure of simple squamous epithelium. So between the cells in the middle portion a dark round shaped structure is present. It is nothing but it is called as nucleus. Second one is simple cuboidal epithelium. It lines the lumen of collecting ducts in the kidney and are present in the thyroid around follicles that secrete thyroid hormones. The function of simple cuboidal epithelium is secretion and absorption. For example, as I said before, simple cuboidal epithelium, it is present in the kidney. So what is the function of kidney? Absorption of salts and waste materials. So if simple cuboidal epithelium, if it is present in the kidney cells, so the function of this simple cuboidal epithelium is absorption of excess amount of salt and waste materials from the blood. Secretion, which means simple cuboidal epithelium, it is if it is present in salivary gland or else thyroid cells, which means if it is present in salivary glands, it is used for the secretion of saliva, and if it is present in the thyroid gland, it is used for in the synthesis of thyroid hormones. So this is the structure of simple cuboidal epithelium. So each and every cell in the centered position, nucleus is present. So surrounding the nucleus, cytoplasm is present. So through the basement membrane only, these epithelial cells, it can receive the nourishment for their activity. Next one is simple columnar epithelium. Mostly this simple columnar epithelium, it is found in the female reproductive system and it also present in the digestive tract. This simple columnar epithelium, it can be classified into two types. One is ciliated columnar epithelium. Second one is glandular columnar epithelium. What is ciliated column epithelium? Where it is present? Why it is named so? So this ciliated columnar epithelium, it is mostly present in the fallopian tubes. So what is fallopian tube? Where it is present? So fallopian tube is a female reproductive part. So this epithelium cell, surrounding of this epithelium cell is covered with cilia. So cilia is nothing but it is a small hair-like projection which is involved in the movement. So this ciliated epithelium cells, if it is present in the fallopian tubes, it is involved in the movement of ovum from the fallopian tube towards the uterus. Second one is glandular epithelium. Portion of this epithelial tissue, it folds inward and a multicellular gland is formed. So this glandular epithelium cells, it may be of an endocrine glandular epithelium cells or it may be of an exocrine glandular epithelium cells. If it is endocrine glandular epithelium cells, it is involved in the secretion of hormones or some other substance and it will be mixed in the bloodstream. That's why it is called as endocrine glandular epithelium cells. Endo, which means something inside. Second one is exocrine glandular epithelium cells. Exocrine, which means these epithelium cells which has to be involved in the secretion of substance that to be outside of the body. For example, salivary gland, sweat gland. So the function of sweat gland is involved in the secretion of sweat. So the sweat has been secreted outside the body. So salivary gland function is involved in the secretion of saliva. So this is the structure of simple columnar epithelium cells. So see, the surface of simple columnar epithelium, so many microvilli are present. So it is a hair-like projections. It is involved in the movement of substance. Next one is stratified squamous epithelium. So what is stratified? Stratified epithelium is nothing but it is consists of more than one layer of cells. Simple epithelium consists of only one layer of cells. Stratified epithelium consists of more than one layer of cells. Mostly stratified epithelium present in the skin with many dead cells, keratinized cells, it providing protection against the skin from water and nutrient loss. This is the structure of stratified squamous epithelium. Next one is stratified cuboidal epithelium. So what is stratified cuboidal epithelium? As I said before, The structure of the shape of the cell is cuboid in shape. That's why it is called as stratified cuboidal epithelium. Mostly it is present in surrounding the duct of many gland. For example, mammary gland, which is involved in the secretion of milk for lactating mothers. Next one is salivary gland, etc. It facilitates movement across the epithelial barriers. This is the structure of stratified cuboidal epithelium. Next one is stratified columnar epithelium. Mostly it is predominantly found in some organs of reproductive system and conjunctiva of the eye. This is the structure of stratified columnar epithelium. So these are the structure of epithelium tissue. Center nucleus is present. Thank you.